Hello and welcome to... As Failed on TV. I knew that the whole time. I was just joshing you. See, I do so many shows on this channel, it's tough to keep them all straight sometimes. But you know, I've been thinking, as is my wont, a lot about As Failed on TV lately, and I realized something. It's the brand, the bread, the butter, at the same time, it's all of those things. And ultimately, it's the show that's gonna bring in that sweet YouTube dough. And I want more of it. So I decided to analyze As Failed on TV with a group of business insiders from Disney, Nintendo, and also my friend Todd. And we all unanimously agreed that the only way to succeed is to callously mine old properties with sequels and reboots. And also to give him $20 for what is most assuredly gas money. I believe him. So with that in mind, I went through the As Failed on TV backlog and stumbled across my old Verizon video. And I think that one was well liked enough, but forgotten enough, for me to poke that bear once again. And now is a great time to do so, because they've got a new spokesperson, because Paul left. Top 10 anime betrayals. The new guy, he sucks. I don't know his name, nor do I particularly care what it is. I'm lying, of course, it's Thomas Middleditch, he's been in stuff before, but I feel like being rude. Based on how he appears in the Verizon ads, he sucks. And it's going to be very odd to see him in Godzilla later this year. And I'm going to be thinking about Verizon the entire time he's on screen. And you know what? That's successful. That's subliminal advertising. Quick aside, by the way. In that Godzilla trailer, there is a Dunkin' Donuts billboard that gets destroyed, and after it happens, the only thing going through my mind is, oh my god, I'm really concerned about the health and safety of the billboard. That is company loyalty, let me tell you. Is the logo out? It is. Good. Sorry, you know. This is a show about commercials, and it's just a fun little joke. Verizon, ever since they've introduced Thomas Middleditch, he's been practically inescapable. Aside from, like, TikTok and PragerU, he's like one of the only advertisements on YouTube. So, I mean, I guess they're getting their message out, so can't fault them for that, maybe? But what I want to do today is take a look at a lot of the commercials that feature Thomas Middleditch and just relentlessly make fun of them, because that's how things work here. So let's do it! So our first commercial is set on a beach right before two teenagers run off to skinny dip and get devoured by a shark. We see our master of ceremonies, but oh no, he's got no service!
Can't stream out here.
Wow, what a great DJ. What the hell are you thinking? Like, you're gonna stream your data on the beach? Why not just download your playlist first? This is a 12-person wine tasting. How long is this set gonna be? 20 minutes tops? Just play the Unforgiven trilogy by Metallica and bounce. You know, maybe I would have liked to listen to that song. That shit sounded like it slapped. It probably came from an album that was an absolute banger. I'd love it if I was on the beach and somebody was throttling absolute bangers. Just hook me up with the entire Incubus discography. It's the only band I know. And if you want to hear more about absolute bangers, you should check out my other show, Absolute Bangers, with Chris the Nerd. More advertising! You know, I just keep throwing stuff and seeing what sticks. Jokes! Verizon thinks it's got jokes, as evidenced in this commercial about a phone with a fancy camera.
How's the camera?
Oh, it's not just a camera. This has the power of Google Lens behind it.
Yo, I love where we've gotten to with phones these days. Does the stupid thing even make calls or text? He asks while eating his face cheese. Does it do what he answers while pretending to be another person also eating the same piece of face cheese? Let me tell you what it does. Texting and calls, that's old money. What these phones do is they access every single one of your social media accounts, so your every waking moment can be documented for your sycophantic followers who respond with such wondrous responses as LOL or I like this. Yeah, genius, I know you liked it. That's what the thumb is for.
So, I just found out who makes those special edition sneakers and where I can find them.
You know something, if I was going to throw down for an expensive pair of sneakers, you know what I'd want? I want Midoriya's big red sneakers. I want that shit because I am a weeb. As evidenced by the show where I get really, really sloshed and watch anime. It's called Drunkame, the show where I exploit intoxication for minimal gain. Yeah, there's a long-running line of alcoholism and liver failure in the family, but I'm pushing it because that's what you do with boundaries. All set on a backdrop of watching anime, because ultimately, what's going to be more disappointing to the people who attempted to raise you to be an adult? Drinking a fifth of vodka, or watching Eromanga Sensei? But speaking of boundaries, Verizon really thinks it's pushing boundaries by offering stuff.
Brian.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Hey.
You look pretty busy. You got some time to be advertised to?
And do you want to get things you love for free?
Who wouldn't?
Exactly.
Yes, people like free shit.
Why it now comes with 6 months free Apple Music.
But what you're offering is a free trial. Those aren't the same.
Dad, Apple Music.
Yeah, Dad, Apple Music. Yeah, Dad, non sequiturs.
He gets it.
Hey, where are you going? We're still filming a commercial here, you prick. Get your ass back here. What are you going to do? What are you gonna go audition for the role of Newt Scamander? Yeah, go ahead, go be in Fantastic Beasts 3. You can hang out with Johnny Depp. They brought him in to be the main villain. He's been phoning in his performances for about a decade, but that one he sent in via smoke signal. Maybe I should talk about that in my other new show, The Worst Movie I've Ever Seen. This week, speaking of bad acting, hey Verizon, do you like popcorn?
Hey, Joy.
Hello, Thomas.
Hey, what's the worst part about paying for things you don't want?
Paying.
Exactly.
You know, this one really speaks to what Verizon is going for on the whole. They want you to be like the kid. Don't think, respond. No caution, only money.
And why it now comes with 6 months of free Apple Music.
I like music.
Hey.
Her mother is immediately suspicious of Thomas Middleditch, as I would be too. And she thinks about her answer. Life, children, and economic decline have burned her.
Oh, didn't even ask.
How dare you?
Oh, please, he only took one piece. Yayo, yayo. You know something, I really relate to the mother. There's never enough money to go around. You do whatever you can to stay afloat. You try and monetize your passions. Hell, I did. Did you give me money to see this a day before everyone else? Have you purchased the product I've become? You know what I've learned? This whole YouTube thing is like a bottle of vodka. You keep drinking and drinking and drinking, and then I stopped and everything went away. And now I'm trying to build it all back up again. So what's one more sip?
Hey, Daryl.
Hey.
Oh, come on, who keeps inviting this guy to things?
Hey, how much would you pay for something you don't want?
How are you gonna be at a dog park with all those adorable smoochable pooches and not be losing your absolute mind? It takes a lot of self-control for me to not go to the dog park because I would leave with everybody's dog. I would. I'd love to see them try and stop me.
Do you like getting stuff you like for free?
Yes, this feels like a test.
It's not.
And once again, he's asking if people like stuff for free while not offering anything for free. But I guess that's the point, isn't it? Disney, Nintendo, and Todd were right. Just offer people the world and they'll eat it up, even if you're not giving them anything. You could have stopped me. If I had done that from the beginning, you would have only resented me more. I would have stepped in had anything more serious happened to you. But if I stopped you from following your instincts, you wouldn't have learned anything. You know, I've learned a lot since I started making videos onto YouTubes. And I realized that I like what I'm doing, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So, I guess that's the overall message. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you feel good. Do what makes you comfortable. Talk about whatever you want. Because ultimately, who cares, right? I mean, Verizon's doing whatever it wants to do, which is unfortunate because their coverage blows. Hey people, thank you for watching this episode of Asphalt on TV. I hope you didn't lose me in the dense foliage in the background. It's time for all of the posthumous video things that you have to do. Posthumous isn't the right word, but it's the word I wanted to say. You know what it is. Click on somewhere in this area to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out my other channel where I cut up the live stream Twitch stuff and I post it somewhere else. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I love you. Thank you for your continued support. Mwah. Bye-bye.